Hey guys, it's Jira, and today I was surfing out the internet looking for good content to watch, just trying to enjoy myself with the little time I have on my own, and I found this channel across the cesspool that YouTube is, and it's named Dark Fire Slide. I started paying close attention when I noticed something kind of weird, and I looked around, discovered that this guy makes somewhat good content. Top 10, European Universalis 4. I told myself, well, this guy got it. He understood YouTube, because YouTube, there's one golden rule. You need to be original, you need to be creative, you need to go for the novelty. You need to do something that wasn't done. And this guy, it's exactly what he did with his top 10 for European Universalis 4. And with that said, about the creativity of Dark Fire Slide, let me present you today the top 5 nations in Victoria 2. Number 5. Zulu. The Zulus are a bit hard to master in Victoria 2. You start off in pretty precarious situation down in Africa, but you got some pretty good neighbors ripe for takeover. You got Orange, you got Nathalia or whatever it's called next to it. It doesn't matter, these will disappear and will become Zulu because they have a lot of precious material you want to grab. Once that's done though, you gotta stay careful because the United Kingdom or Portugal may be coming for you, and no matter how large your army, history has shown us that you can't really win. Number 4. Argentina. Argentina started off as a presidential dictatorship, but that's not really a problem. You can very easily switch that to a democracy. And being in South America, it means that as soon as there's a war going in the north with the US, then you're gonna get a lot of immigration. A lot of white European, well-educated will immigrate to your country and work as hard as they can to make it stronger. But the problem with democracy is that people don't know what to elect, so they'll go for a pacifist liberal government and you'll be stuck with just new immigrants coming in all the time, but at least they're from Europe. You're running away from the huge wars, so it's not that bad, but still will limit you on your possibility of expansion, especially with all your presidential dictatorships neighbors. If you're looking for a somewhat easy target to take, don't forget there's always the Falkland off in the ocean. I don't think the British will really care about it. I mean, you can just invade it, take the land. It's not like they're gonna move the fleet and the army there to stop you, right? Number 3. Chinese Empire. The Chinese Empire is a very good nation if you like huge numbers. You got huge amount of population, you got huge production, you got huge military. Everything is huge, even the rebellions. I mean, have you ever seen a 5 million people rebellions? Well, with China, you're gonna see that if you try to westernize a little bit too quick. And a little bit too quick is just too slow. But don't worry, once these big huge rebellions blow up, you'll get the UK and Russia coming with some opium for you. Number 2. Nejd. Nejd is a pretty hard start. You start off with almost nothing in the middle of the Arabian Peninsula. You don't have really much prospect, almost no armies, and you got a lot of angry neighbors. You also have all the great powers that want to take over your land for some reasons, not as if there's anything hidden under the sand. But if you manage to handle the army and push up into Hejaz, annexing them, you can create Arabia. And with Arabia once created, you will have an easy path to royal conquest as you get pretty much cores on every single countries in the Arabian Peninsula and in Northern Africa. Number 1. Sweden. Sweden is a harsh start. They're starting off in the peninsula with their little puppet Holstein. They will eventually suffer severe wars against Denmark and also Germany that will eventually form and attack them and try to get Holstein out of their grip. But don't worry, pretty much all the population is communist, so they will always try to push in more reforms, which will increase the immigration rate to an unbelievable level, so much that the Sweden identity will eventually be lost. Anyway folks, this is StrategyJoe. That was a little top 5. Thanks again to Dark Slide for the inspiration. And if you want to see more, well, just let me know what you want to see as top 5. That would be interesting.